He's the majority owner over there.
Okay. So Josh Harris just out here saying, "Look, man, I'm gonna give my fan base whatever they want." Being a Dallas fan, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But hey, being a Commanders fan, that shows a little bit of hope, right, Joe?
Yes, sir.
All right. So if it's out there, then he gonna go get it. So Philadelphia, they call this guy playoff P, podcast P. But some people say you can't spell Philly without P. So they found a way to go get him. And if you was up early this morning, you got the notification. I don't know what's up with Paul George and the LA time, but they signed around about what 3:30 this morning. I think he not signed, but he committed to a 4-year, $212 million maximum contract with the Philadelphia 76ers. And that's per, all of the sources, R2L, ESPN, whichever source you want to go to, but trust this source. You know what I mean? So we got to react to it. PG to the Sixers. Joe, we had a segment on it. You say you don't want to talk about this no more until it happened. Literally, about 5 days ago, it happened. How you feeling?
Crazy, Tomo. Before we came on here, I listened to the episode to remind myself what I said, right? And I want to say, first of all, congratulations to the 76ers. That was an awesome move. I feel like I remember we talked about it. I said that, man, PG ain't going nowhere. The moment he said it's not about fit, it's not about winning championships, it's about fit, right? I'm like, okay, bro, you got you can go anywhere and you won't. Okay.
You can't hit a hold up. Hold up. Man, they got money to spend. They selling the team and then they just buying their players, man. It's crazy. Shout out to Teddy, man. Number one Celtics fan. Shout out to BWT. But 10-month member, he said, "What up, fellas?" I know he yelling. I can't yell as loud as him, but what up, fellas? Shout out to the family. Hashtag start spreading the news. Hashtag do your job. Hashtag job finished. This year, I start over. It's getting ugly in the East now. Hashtag humbly. Oh, you right. Hashtag fight on. Well, we are talking about somebody that's going to make that road to the finals a little bit more rocky for the Celtics.
Right.
Continue on, Joe.
Yeah, the East, man. The Knicks made a big move. Now Philly. So, Celtics is like, we keeping y'all. Like, we keeping you. Derek White, sign right here. Dixon Taylor, sign right here.
They keeping everybody but their ownership.
But facts. That's the first time I think I ever heard that a team win a championship and
they selling high. They selling on the high.
Facts though. Facts. That's also facts. They know that shit about the sing. I'm just playing, Teddy. I'm just playing. It's not. But I love this move for Philly. Obviously playing with Tyrese, they also re-signed Tyrese Maxey to an extension. They brought back Kelly Oubre. They brought in Andre Drummond. They got rid of they let Tobias Harris walk, somebody who didn't fit with them. DeAnthony Melton is gone too. But I like what Philly is doing right now. But also Batum is gone. Paul George, what it does with Philly, it allows them to have a third scorer, a third option. Also, throughout the regular season, they can kind of slow walk it with Joel Embiid. Without Joel Embiid last year, they were not a good team. They went from with Joel Embiid on the floor, they had the best winning percentage in the NBA. Not in the East, not in the West, in the NBA, even higher than the Celtics. But without Joel Embiid, they dropped all the way down to the play-in. So this tells you how valuable Joel Embiid is. So with Paul George around, you can kind of slow walk things with Joel Embiid throughout the regular season and not a lot of wear and tear on him so he could actually be there healthy for the playoffs. Now, the only bugaboo about this whole situation, Paul George is also injury prone. Paul George also goes to the playoffs hurt too. We just saw that last year, not this past season, but last year, Paul George got hurt before Kawhi, remember? And then Kawhi got hurt. So we seen this. Paul George always got something going on. Shoulder injury. He got hurt last year during the season. And Paul George also is a guy in situations that haven't really showed up. That's why it's important for Embiid to be, I'm talking about 100% healthy in these playoffs because you can't lean on guys like Maxey, lean on guys like Paul George. Paul George is good. He's an upgrade because outside of Maxey and Embiid, they really didn't have scoring outside of that. Maxey and Embiid was outscoring, they were scoring like crazy. They were the highest scoring duo in the first round. So you look at Paul George being there, it releases stress out of them offensively. And they were already the third best offensive team in the NBA in the playoffs that year. So shout out to PG, shout out to the Sixers. I love the move.
You know, someone said anywhere but the Clippers is Philly. But do we really want that pressure? Do we really want the pressure of playing the Celtics and trying to get to the finals? That's what King Talk Joe said.
Mm-hmm.
I think he heard you and said, you know what? I don't care about that Daryl Morey stuff with James Harden. I don't care about Kawhi Leonard and his New Balance commercials. I'm going out east because at least I can probably get to the Eastern Conference Finals with this team, because with me being there and knowing that Joel Embiid has a bad injury history and knowing that I have a bad injury history, but also knowing that they got Andre Drummond. They brought Kelly Oubre back. They know the potential promise with Maxey. They like the new coach. There's some promise there. So he said, let me go where the promise is at versus where the parish is happening, because you know they got to open up a new stadium. They got to figure out at this point. At that time they're trying to figure out James Harden is coming back. Do I got to worry about another season of Kawhi playing 60 games and then when I need him in the playoffs, he only played one game? So at the end of the day, I think Paul George did what was best for him, opting out and then coming back to the East. I know one thing, as he was on that plane coming back over, he was like, "How we gonna beat the Knicks? Because if we can get past the Knicks, then we can figure out the Celtics some way, somehow." But while you thinking about the Celtics, don't forget about the Bucks, because they about to have another year together too. They ain't make no moves yet, but they had another year too. So with this, I like the move for Philadelphia. What we got here? Okay, shout out to Kevo, 11-month member. You know, shout out to the best network on the net. Place those cookie orders with TK Sweets and Treats. Hashtag Go Mavs Go. Y'all got me. It's y'all time. Hashtag Fly Eagles Fly. Hashtag Free CD. JJ plus Bronny equals 0 free agents.
Taking shots.
Ooh, you know what? To address this comment, you know, if you're in the NFL chat, there was a meme that was circulating, and I'm the main culprit of it, with AJ Brown saying request a trade. And you know, something about them tables, man, they will turn on you. Jerry, do the right thing. Just do the right thing, Jerry. That's all I ask. But back to what I was saying. For Philadelphia, if I'm a fan, I'm excited of the promise. This is what trust the process really meant. We stayed down this long. We went through all this playoff turmoil and watched Joel Embiid drag one leg on a few games to get another player who could potentially be not Timu Tobias Harris, because I would say Tobias Harris is Timu Paul George. Now you got somebody who's going to actually step it up and can create his own offense. Like, you don't have to worry about Paul George not showing up, because he's going to show up if he's not hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, we agree. But look, my apologies, Paul George. Like Tomo said, man, I did say I didn't think you would go anywhere because I felt like you was complacent. But he left for like He left for like $3 or $4 million more a year. You know, so I don't think it's really just about the money, but he really trying to win a championship. So shout out to him putting that pressure on himself.
Yeah, you know what he told his agent after he signed that deal?
Turn me up.
You're done, son. Oh, turn me up.
Come on now, Joe. Come on now, Joe. You better be in the doghouse now.
It's funny because I didn't even hear the sound effect.
Oh man, my man turned his mic down and the sound effects went down too, man. Come on now. See, the perfect thing about this is you got to find a balance.